Welcome back. So now we're going to be talking about what a hook is as it pertains to a video. Now, you guys are aware of what a hook is in a song. It's that little catchy thing. It's got that little sticky quality to it. It's the chorus. A visual hook is very, very similar, but what it is it is a way to draw somebody into your video. Now, a hook can be accomplished in several different ways. I'm going to show you some examples of hooks that I have used on my shorts, and I'm going to explain what the hook is and why it was successful on TikTok. So, let's start off with this one here. We're going to watch through it, and then I'm going to explain it. Oh my. All right, so that one right there had a couple of things in there. So we had a little bit of shock value. We had a clip at the beginning to set up our story. So our hook is our story. The title brings people into the video, and then you've got to hook them again with the hook, right? I had to show my doctor this clip. Why did he have to show his doctor this clip? Because I threw out my back recording this TikTok. And so people are not going to want to wait for that. So you show the moment that it happened. This really did happen. I was in bed for over a week. It was awful. But I got it on film. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn it into a TikTok. So we have this hook here of me hurting my back. And we don't want to hold it for too long here. You know, we've hooked people in with the title, the premise. The premise happens right here. And then before they can scroll, boom, we're into the song. Go, go, go. Right? So a hook, one thing that's important is the hook has to be fast and the hook has to be understandable, right? So that is a hook, clip at the beginning, setting up a story. So that we'll call that a story hook. Okay? Let's move on to clip number 2. Right. So that is what is called an IRL hook. When people see people promoting their songs, they're mostly seeing people in their studio, at their microphone, right? Doing whatever. So we set it up with an IRL clip of us performing our song at a show. People are like, huh, interesting. We hold that for just long enough before we cut into the real audio of the thing. Then our hook is essentially, they can understand we are performing live, and the hook here is that we're tricking people, right? They hear this song. This song is so good that they don't know that it is about Five Nights at Freddy's, right? There's like a stigma that nerdcore songs or nerdy songs, they're for nerds. Like only nerds want to listen to this, right? And so this is us being like answering that question. Is this music only for nerds? Well, did people here like it, right? This hook is answering a question in the IRL setting. So that's why that one did well. Although the first one did well because of the shock value, right? there's 2 hooks. Let's take a look at this third one.
Change your name when they hit the lights. You gotta lose yourself in paradise, 'cause you're a high shot now, Mr. Fahrenheit. Don't get paralyzed.
You gotta make them dance when the camera's on. You gotta change your plans when the curtain's gone, 'cause you're a king in the hall of the Pantheon. Let's not get it wrong. You gotta change your name when they hit the lights. You gotta lose yourself in paradise, 'cause you're a high shot now, Mr. Fahrenheit. Don't get paralyzed. You gotta make them dance when the camera's on. You gotta change your plans when the curtain's gone, 'cause you're a king in the hall of the Pantheon. Let's not get it wrong. Don't try to hide it, you're the main attraction.
All right. That one right there was a text hook. So we had 2 hooks in there. We have the text hook. We are setting up this question. What would happen if Vox won in the finale? Vox is a Has-Been Hotel character who lost in the finale. The answer to that is we made a song about that. Right? Boom. There's one hook that has brought them in. The second hook is we're moving. Movement can be a hook, right? And we are moving in a way that is weird, right? We could have spun the camera around us, but we decided instead to just shuffle around in a circle and rotate. And that's by design. It's weird. Your brain is like, what's going on here? Why are they spinning? Are they like on a thing? Oh my God, are they just shuffling around in a circle? And by the time your brain has processed that, you're in the video, right? We've hooked them in and now they're watching. One thing that is a very important lesson that I've learned is that cringe is essentially in the eye of the beholder, right? Being embarrassed about doing a silly idea or something that you think will take off is holding you back. If you're willing to embrace that promoting music is going to be a little bit embarrassing, it's going to be a little bit cringe, then you've essentially broken through the biggest barrier for people when it comes to promoting their music. If you're willing to be a little bit cringe, and I'm a nerdcore artist, right? I'm willing to be a little bit cringe. If you're willing to be a little bit cringe, there's so many things that you can do. So, there's that. Let's go on to our next one. I am a big fan of this formula here, right? Text hook, they're hooked in by the text. Then we've got a movement hook. This one is a text hook. We've set them up with this shocking realization about the character Kane from The Amazing Digital Circus. He died knowing that people didn't love him. We've got a little tiny hook in that text hook. I use the word unalived. A lot of people use the word unalived because they think that you can't use the word dead or killed on TikTok. That's not true. And it bugs people and it makes them comment. So I just used the word unalived because I knew it would make people comment. And then we've got a movement hook and it switches to the camera is on my ceiling. How did the camera get up there? That's part of the hook. Your brain sees that and you're like, that's weird. The camera's right above him. How did it get up there? The answer, I taped it to the ceiling. You don't need fancy equipment. I taped that shit to the ceiling, you know? It's all about tricking the brain, right? The hook is about tricking the brain. You just keep hooking them in. And when you're promoting a song, that's how you get people in, right? When you're doing like a verbal hook, when you're like doing a standard short video, you can do a whole lot. You're a little bit limited when you're promoting a song. So it's all about being clever with your hooks. Let's move on to the next one. So this was a couple of different things. This is another one of my favorites. We've got the comment response hook. I love responding to comments with videos. You go through you put out a video, someone comments something, you can make a video out of that. The best thing to do is to respond to hate comments. But McGwire, why would I respond to the hate comments, right? That's going to keep driving up engagement. People are either going to want to defend you or they're going to want to agree with the person who is commenting. So in this case, this person said, been posting this a lot lately, huh? I had just been promoting my song a lot and they were commenting about it. And so people call this dragging. And so I said, no way, bro made a new Five Nights at Freddy's song to drag. Right? We've got this movement hook here with the sporadic cuts. You know, we've got that camera angle. I'm just capturing a vibe, right? And you don't need to keep the comment on screen for long, but you get it big and front and center so that people know that you are responding. And you can respond to it in many different ways. You can respond to it with just a classic video promoting your song. Comment response hooks are great. You can respond to hate comments. You could respond to someone being like, hey, what, you know, what's this song called? Right? You could, you know, respond to that with a video of you performing the song. And you could be like, for example, with this one, if they were like, what's this song called? I'd be like, it's called By Design. It's out on all platforms. Right? I would probably think of something a little more clever, but, you know. These are just a couple of examples. You can mix and match these all you want, right? There are different types of hooks you can do. You could do like a sketch, like a, you know, a little comedic thing, a little interaction. A very popular hook on TikTok was like, oh, an artist is coming into the studio to record their song, right? And you play yourself and you have yourself also play the person running the studio. And then it's like, say it's like an emo song. It's like, oh, POV, the emo kid, you know, comes in the studio, right? Oh, the emo kid, or like, maybe that's your vibe, is like you're an emo kid and you've got a song that is surprising, right? The emo kid, you know, the emo POV, the emo kid tries to make a rap song in the studio, right? There's so many things that you can do. You could have a sketch here. So these are just a few really important things when it comes to making a hook. One thing that I really liked to do, you know, when I was making my movement hooks, is you start out of frame, whoop, and right at the beginning you come into frame, right? That's immediate movement. That's a hook. You know, if that is all that you can do at the start of your video, is step into frame or rise up into frame, that's a thing. That's movement, that's a hook. When it comes to nerdcore stuff, it's also a hook to have your AMV, which is just another word for anime music video, or your edit, somewhere above you. That is also a hook, because some people, they just want to see a cool edit, right? There's a lot of things you can do. And I would say the best way to learn this stuff is to just watch other music creators who are doing something similar to what you're doing. Watch their stuff, study their stuff, and then tweak it and make it your own. I wouldn't say copy people, but make something similar and then make it your own. Making a hook is tantamount to your content popping off. So, all right, on to the final lesson.